Hey you guys, it's Frankenberry with another deck profile. I'm sorry that I haven't been putting up that many videos. I was supposed to get more. This one will probably go up first. Then I have a hero deck that won last locals, and then I have a Blackwing deck that won this locals. So just like check those out. I should have them up the same day that I have this out. Don't know whenever it's gonna be. Honestly, I have to find the password and all to my YouTube and stuff because I got a new phone, so kind of lost all my information because I didn't remember the Gmail that I had to make to sign in to YouTube last time. I lost it whenever I got my new phone because I didn't remember the password or anything. So yeah, it's X-Sabers. I actually tore apart my windups before regionals. It was just one of those things. Windups are a good deck, and they're the best deck of the format. It's just one of those things. They were a decent deck to play for a while, but, they're not fun, and I know a lot of y'all are gonna be a whole butthurt and stuff, but it's I don't want to play a deck that's just herp derp, it's the best deck. So, I found something funner to play, and I'm going to play it for regionals. Maybe it'll do pretty good. I tested it a little bit today, and it did very well, especially against the hero matchup. So, we'll dig right into it. There's nothing too special about it. I've had to morph it to the way I play, and it's just one of those things. There's certain cards that you could take out for others. It's just personal preference, really. So, let's see. Just put these down here. So you got 3 Dark Soul. Use your TG the deck. I'm going to be comparing a lot of these to other cards, but that's one good thing about X-Sabers is because they have multiple cards of their archetype that are kind of like other good cards. So Dark Soul is basically like a TG. You can fetch any Dark Soul or any X-Saber out of your deck. Then let's see. Yeah, okay. We got 3 Ember's Blade. Ember's Blade, poor Ember's Blade. He's an insect, and everybody else is all cool stuff, except for Dark Soul. Nobody knows what Dark Soul is, but he's a poor insect. But he's kind of like a giant rat. Whenever he's destroyed by battle, you can special summon a level 4 lower X-Saber, which is really good. You can there's lots and lots of options you can go into. So it's just one of those things. You can morph it according to how the game's going. If your opponent's about to OTK you, you can bring out Pashul and sit on that for the rest of the turn. You can bring out Dark Soul if they only have one more. If they only have one more, you can bring out Full Helm Knight if you don't have any tuners in your hand. So yeah, 3 of those. Then we got... Oop, I'm sorry, I just messed up big time. You got 1, 2, 3. Bogart Knight. Bogart Knight's pretty dumb. It's kind of like a marauding captain. Special summon a level 4 lower from your hand. But it's kind of like a scrap chimera too, to where it can only be used for an X-Saber synchro, which isn't really a bad thing because there's some pretty good X-Saber synchros. So I always call him Booger Knight, X-Saber Booger Knight. And a good thing with X-Sabers is that I don't know if you guys knew this, but I didn't know half their real names until I actually started playing the deck. To me, this was X-Saber Bogart Knight, but it's actually XX-Saber Bogart Knight. So if you're playing Dark Worlds and they Mind Crush you, and they're really trying to get it off, it's one of their only things in the hand. You can just, if they get 1 X wrong, you can still call it. So they get to discard instead of you. So and then we got 3 Full Helm Knight. I really like Full Helm Knight, but again, it's one of those cards. To your playing style, I've really thought about taking out one of these for a second Airbellum. I mean, because, people had to waste their Veilers on Airbellum all day today. It's just oh, Booger Knight into Airbellum. It's oh, you have a 1900, and then I can attack you directly and basically Spirit Reaper your hand. So, but this card's good, too. So, it can negate attack once while it's on the field. That's usually a really good thing, and it's a level 3 tuner with decent stats, and if it runs over a monster, you can get one back from the grave. I don't really use this a lot, but of course, Fanatics, our meta is for the most part heroes and maybe some Dark World, so there's not really a lot of stuff you can run over with it, but whatever. You got 2 Pashul. This card's kind of like a Spirit Reaper, except you have to pay 1,000 every main phase that it's on the board. Every one of your opponent's main phases, it's on the board. So he's got really bad stats, but he stays there. Like, I've had a lot of times where I have to pay like 3,000 life points, but I'm sitting on this Pashul until I can get hand advantage and like possibly go a big synchro that can change the game. So, and plus there's like an emergency teleport for him in this deck. Then we have, let's see, 2 Fall Troll. I love Fall Troll. Like, this card is a really, really good card. You special summon them whenever you control 2 or more, and it's kind of like a Monster Reborn. But I would play 3 of these guys. If I never drew them, I'd play 3. But even 2s, I open them up almost every first hand, and it's really, really bad whenever you open them up. It's like terribly bad. So, yeah, 2 Fall Troll. He's really good, but then 1 Airbellum, that's the card I was talking about earlier. If he makes a direct attack, you can pitch a card out of your opponent's hand. He's a level 3 tuner, and he's got 1,600, so he's got pretty beastly stats for a level 3 tuner. The fact that he's a Spirit Reaper doesn't really make anything better, so yeah, one of that guy. Then 1 Hamster. I'm liking Hamster so far. It's got a beastly defense, and it gets your stuff started with Dark Soul. Like, sometimes you'll draw into more tuner hands with almost no non-tuners, and you just gotta kind of work with it, but you can just set Hamster, flip it, and get out Dark Soul face down, and then go off next turn. Then a tech card. I play Ragigura. A lot of people don't like Ragigura. I'm kind of iffy about him. He's not a good top deck, but it's like if you have field presence and you search for him with your Dark Soul, he's really good because you can just Ragigura, get back Fall Troll with your Gotems, pop Ragigura and Dark Soul, and Ragigura gets back. Usually Ragigura gets back Fall Troll out of your grave. If you don't know, he's whenever he's normal summon or special summon, you can special summon or you can add an X-Saber monster from your grave to your hand. So that's the monsters. It's a pretty high monster count. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's 19. That's a pretty fair monster ratio. I don't main Veilers. Tried Veilers. They just don't work. I wanted them to work, but they just don't. They're in the side now. Then 2 Bottle Dualities to speed your crap up. You really need this. You'd think with as much as the deck special summons you wouldn't, but Pot is definitely needed. I'd play 3 if I could, but I can't. So Pot. Econ. I really like Econ. You contribute your Dark Souls. You contribute anything. It's like, I've had times where I'll just tribute my weenie monster, take the monster, and swing for game. It's a quick play, so it's kind of like a Book of Moon, kinda, with a secondary effect. I don't play Book of Moon, but you got 2 MST. Back row isn't that big of a problem as you'd think to this deck, but you still need to get rid of it whenever possible. Oh, dang. There's Mind Control. You steal their monsters because you run a butt ton of tuners. Dark Hole, Staple. These are all the staples. Those are, so I shouldn't have to explain those. Then, you got, let me get it, 3 Golem's Emergency Call. This kind of makes up for me not being able to play 3 Fall Troll. I like this card better than Fall Troll anyways, except for the fact that you have to have 2. You can't just special summon 1 and be like Herp Derp. You have to have 2 in the grave. So that's the only downside. So usually you make like Booger Knight plays, set this, and go off. Then Reinforced Truth, it's a one-of. It's basically an emergency teleport, but you can't attack the turn you use it. But you usually never do anyways. Your opponent's in phase, just activate Reinforced Truth and get out Pashul. Then 2 Bottomless. It's just one of those things. I like Bottomless over Compulse for right now. 1 Torrential. Usually have field presence, so Torrential's not always live, so. Then we got Solemn Brigade. It's staple. 1 D Prison, 2 Mirror Force. I've been going back and forth on it. Like, so far, it depends on what the format turns out to be. I'll look at more videos beforehand, but you can do 1 Mirror Force, 2 D Prison, or 1 D Prison, 2 Mirror Force. I personally don't have another D Prison, so I just play these two. So that's it for the main. It's 40 cards, if I believe. So then for the extra, this is a really, you don't have to play almost any of this except for the X-Saber stuff, but it's like for the rank 3s, you have Leviair and Zenmaines. I'd recommend you play Zenmaines, but over Leviair, you can put in Leviathan Dragon, X-Saber Invoker, which I was playing for a while. If you don't know what he does, he's a rank 3, and you can detach one to special summon a level 4 Earth Warrior or Beast Warrior type monster from your deck and face up defense position. It's destroyed in the end phase. But yeah, it's kind of low stat, so I like Leviair over it for whenever you get bottomless and stuff. And then for the 4s, you got Utopia and Maestro. These are kind of staples, so I'm not gonna go over those. But you can put in like Gem Knight Pearl or whatever. Then you need to run one rank 6. I run Swordbreaker, but I've tried a bunch. You can do like Swordbreaker, Exabeetle, or Strike Bouncer. I don't have a Strike Bouncer. And Exabeetle's okay, but I really feel like if you try to get it out early game, like you can, I guess, Fall Troll's the biggest thing you can do that. And even at that, it's only 2200, so it's kind of a weak monster, but it has a Scrap Dragon effect, so that's good. But I choose to play Swordbreaker. It's kind of like a Catastor. And basically you overlay your Fall Trolls for these is the biggest thing. If your Fall Trolls can't get over some stuff. And then for Synchros, for 5s, you have X-Saber Wayne, Naturia Beast. This should be Catastor. I don't have a Catastor though. So like I'm all good for Wayne though. I've used the effect a couple times. Natty Beast is staple. And for 6s, you have Naturia Barkion. Oh, let's get this to focus. Oh, focus. I guess it's just not going to focus, but yeah, there it goes. Naturia Barkion is staple. Lucky me, I have a dual terminal one. But Hunlays, you only need 2. It's a Bogart Knight Paschal thing, and it blows up 3 back row. With Solid Road hanging around, like I usually try to make Barkion more. And for your 7s, you have Souza Black Rose. It's another one of those things. You can cut another card in the extra for Urbellum. Urbellum's okay. I don't use him a whole bunch. Sousa's pretty good though. He's pretty good. So those, and then for level 8s, you only play 2. Then you got Scrap Dragon and Stardust. These are pretty staples. Then I don't have one on me right now, but this should be a Gotham. So I thought this is like the bad Gothams, but he basically, like, it doesn't take a lot to pitch your opponent's hand mid-game. And trust me, it's not the most effective thing, but basically they have no field, they have no hand, and it's really hard for them to recover if they almost have no field and you have a 3100 beater and no cards in hand. Basically you're top decking while your X-Saber player over here is just cruising in the deep. So yeah, well, that's the deck. I don't have my side built for it right now, but leave comments, subscribe, and like the video. I'm always looking for more subscribers. I'm not a partner, but, you know, whenever you guys comment and tell me what you're doing, it makes me, it lets me know that you guys are listening. And, I may do trade books later, but, just for right now, I have kind of a low subscriber base, so. Okay, Frankenberry, peace out, you guys.